In today's training, I'm going to take you through how to get more of the right clients, the right customers, and the right students reaching out to you, being interested and actually committing to work with you. I'm going to show you what you can be doing in your own horse business to get more people interested, and not just the curious, but the serious people that are actually looking for the solutions that you provide. Because this is one of the biggest issues that horse business owners face, is that I need more demand. And I don't just need more demand from anybody, I need more demand from the right people who are actually serious and they share the right values. They're willing to pay what I charge and they trust me as a professional, right? We have to have the right people. And this oftentimes comes down at the principle of, this is what I call the horse business trifecta, right? It's a triangle. And on each corner of the trifecta, of the triangle here, is one of them is the owner, one of them is the horse, and the other one is the horse professional. And if you can imagine that there are arrows that go between the different points of this triangle, they go both ways. And so you have an arrow between the professional and the owner. And it's not every horse professional is for every owner, and not every owner is for every professional. Not every professional is for every horse, not every horse is for every professional. Not every owner is for every horse, not every horse is for every owner. And as a horse professional, oftentimes it is our due diligence. It's our fiduciary duty to make sure that when we bring on new clients and new customers and new students and new horses onto our program, that we are the right fit for that person and that horse to help them get the desired result that they're actually paying you for. And so in today's video, guys, this is going to be something really cool, something we haven't done before. So I want your feedback if you want more training videos like this, because we had one of you guys actually send us a message asking, and I'm going to read off the exact message here in a second, asking us, how can you build more demand in your horse business? And I was like, you know what? Instead of just responding to that one person, why don't I show you exactly what you can be doing in your own horse business and show you the exact system that we use to be able to generate these plans, make these decisions, all right? So right before we jump in and I share my screen with you here, I'm gonna read off the question and take you through exactly how we can start diving into this. For anybody that's new here, if this is the first time that you found us on the podcast, found us on the YouTube channel, maybe you've jumped into our free Horse Business Builders community, which we've got the link down below if you haven't done that before. Guys, my name is Colton Woods. Alongside my wife, Meredith, and our team, we run Horse Business Builders, and our whole focus is to help you build, grow, and scale your horse business profitably and sustainably using the systems that allow you to get your time back, make more money, and allow you to spend your time doing what actually matters with your clients, with your students, with your horses, with your family, and giving back to your community, okay? And so we're here to provide you with the information, but not just the knowledge and the information, also the systems using Horse Business Manager and the community support using Horse Business Builders. It's that trifecta, right? In order for us to build, grow, and scale our horse business professionally and profitably, we have to have the knowledge, we have to have the systems, and we have to have the community support, because we're not meant to do this together. The systems allow us to serve people and scale how we serve our audience. It allows us to stop doing the stuff that we don't need to be doing in our horse business. When you log in, we're using what we call the Horse Business Builders AI agent team. This is a custom AI agent that we built specifically for horse business owners. And this is exactly what we're going to use to build the plan out to answer this question. So the question that was sent to us here is, so I have a question. I have been training horses for the public for a little over a year. I've had great success with the horses, the clients, and the horses and the clients that I've worked with so far. The problem I keep having is horses come in and I'll get a horse in to work with for 30 to 90 days, but it seems like I only have one or two at a time. How do I get more horses coming in at a time? I would like to have 6 to 8 horses in. I use Facebook and TikTok and I post regularly, but I'm not getting much traction. I feel like my prices are fair, more on the cheaper side, but not the cheapest. What can I do to get more horses coming in, right? And so within that question that, overall would be fairly basic, right? There's quite a bit of nuances in this. So I'm going to take you through 2 different ways that we can use the Horse Business Builders AI agent team to get an actual plan. And regardless of whether you're a farrier, a body worker, a horse trainer, a boarding facility, whatever it is that you do in the horse industry, the things that what we're going to go through, what the AI agent team has brought up to light here is going to be applicable in your business. I don't care whether you're doing service-based business, product-based business, digital-based business, all of it. So the first thing that the team does is acknowledge the fact that, like, listen, this is incredibly common, because it is, right? This is one of the biggest issues that horse business owners face, is creating consistent client flow. And so because of the way the question was answered, the team's going to get very tactical right out of the gate, right? Recaps the problem here, acknowledging the key things. Hey, your horses and your clients are happy. You only got 1, 2, but you want 6 to 8, right? This is where you're active. You're not getting traction. Your pricing is fair. You're more on the affordable side. So then we get into a step-by-step strategy to increase horse training clients. Step number 1 is using an ask campaign. Okay. One of the awesome things that it actually did here was give an exact question that can be used in the ask campaign. And essentially an ask campaign is to get your audience engaged, to get them using their words to tell you what they need help with, right? And this is extremely powerful in so many ways. And so it said, if you could wave a magic wand and fix one thing with your horse right now, what would it be? Right. And I think that's a really, really good way to ask the question. You can certainly modify it if you wanted to make it sound more like you. And then you get them to answer that question. You could post it straight on Facebook. You could use Horse Business Manager, get them to fill out a form. And then you use their words to create social content emails. And this is the key part. This last bullet point right here is extremely important, because when people tell you their answer, you look at how they express what they're saying about their horse, what they're saying about their problem, what they're saying about the desired result that they want it to be. And you can then communicate more effectively in a way that resonates with them through your social media content, whether that's written posts, video posts, emails, and you can really actually start to attract the right types of clients and the right types of customers because of how you're communicating. That's one of the things that makes an ask campaign so powerful. And then you get into the second step here, which is creating lead magnet for owners considering training, right? Why in this case would it be for owners considering training? In your own business, it would be for whatever it is that you offer, because you're trying to attract people that are actually interested in what you have to offer. And so you, based on those ask campaign responses, right, you can then craft your lead magnet, which can be, as it says here, right? What is the lead magnet going to be? It could be a free PDF. It could be a free video, a free checklist, a free mini course, any of those types of things that answers their biggest questions or gives them the first step. Okay. And that's exactly what your lead magnet needs to do. And this gave a couple of examples, right? For a horse trainer that needs more clients, 3 signs that your horse is ready for training, what 30 days of professional horse training can do for you and your horse, right? This one probably said 30 because the person that asked this question was like, hey, I do 30 to 90 days. If I'm advising, I'm going to say, hey, listen, go to a 90-day minimum and then bump this up as to what 90 days, right? Because you want to attract people that would be willing to send their horse for 90 days, not just people that want the 30-day miracle month, right? I would eliminate the 30-day option, but the system's going to go off 30 days because it's part of the question, right? And then you get the pre-training checklist for owners who want results, and I would say for owners who want the best results, right? Because what do they want? That you want clients that want the best results, right? So these are great starting places. And this lead magnet allows you to collect email addresses and then to be able to build your list and get in touch with the people on your list and share stories, social proof, right? Transformations, educational content, and we'll go further into the types of content that you can share in this here. So you get step number 3, which is from posting regularly to content that converts. And this is one of the biggest things that, horse business owners get frustrated with is like, I'm posting on social media, just like this person, like I'm posting on Facebook, I'm posting on TikTok, but I'm not getting traction, right? You need content that converts. And so how do we do that? Well, as the AI agent team says here, right? It's about intentionality and connection. So how can we do that? Use document over create, right? This document, don't create is an extremely powerful strategy. I love this suggestion that it made. This is probably one of the best suggestions in here, which is use your voice, right? when you go to create your content, especially if it's written content, record a voice memo and then transcribe it, right? Capture your voice in the way that you communicate naturally and then put that out there. That's why video is so powerful. Be you, be authentic, right? And you can do that because so many people go to write a post and then they change the way that they're communicating versus use a voice memo, transcribe it, and then post that. Like it's extremely, extremely powerful. Follow the viral structure, which is story, struggle, win, and a subtle offer, right? And so you can follow that process there. And the subtle offer can be a call to action, right? It could be like, hey, drop a comment like this, or it could actually be send us a message if you want more details on our training program or whatever it is. Then it gives you a five pillar content strategy, posting stories, right? Horse stories. So that'd be stories about horses that you've trained in the past, before and after, transformations, struggles, issues that horses have had that you've been able to help them solve, right? Testimonials, right? Extremely. This person's saying, hey, I've worked with these horses over more than the last year. The clients have been really happy. Get testimonials, right? Ideally, see if they'll do a video testimonial, because you can turn that video testimonial, use the video, you can do a photo with a text blurb, you can just use the text, right? There's so many ways that you can use the testimonials. Get testimonials from happy clients that you want more of, right? Education. What owners don't know that they need, right? Teach your audience a little bit. That showcases that you can help them because you're building their awareness of problems that they have or things that they need that they didn't realize they needed to be solved. And then personal perspective. Why do you do what you do? Why do you do the things the way that you do them, right? Personal. This separates you from your competition. And then a soft call to action, right? And there's an old Dan Kennedy saying, if you haven't made somebody mad by lunch, you're not marketing hard enough. And that just means like people have to know that you can help them. When you put this call to action of like, I've got one opening left in September, message me, right? Some people may assume that you're already booked out. They're like, man, this person does really good work. I just assume that there's no way I could get my horse in with them. There's no way that they would get me on their books. There's no way that they would teach me the lesson or they have time for me. And so they make these assumptions. Let people know that you can help them. That marketing is the merely getting your message out there. And so that's really important as well. And it goes into step number 4, use a simple 6-week launch strategy. I thought this was really creative because this actually took our Horse Business Builders online course and membership launch strategy and just did a very high level, but we could get it to go even further. But it took our course and membership launch strategy for horse business owners, and it said you can use this to launch your service-based business and to get more clients. And so this is what makes this AI agent team so powerful, is because it's extremely dynamic, and all the different AI agents work together to help you accomplish the goals that you have. And so it took a 6-week strategy, and then this is just big picture, right? We could get it to go more detailed and talk about warming up your email list and your social media audience using stories and ask campaigns, then releasing your lead magnet, which is giving them value so that you can build a bigger list, and then getting into sharing how you can help them and backing that up with client success stories, right? So that's really cool that it's able to do that it was able to think dynamically to help you drive these types of results using a strategy that is a very high level strategy that can boil it down and simplify it for something like this, which is awesome. And so step number 5, consider your pricing and perceived value. This is one of the most important elements in here, because it said you mentioned your prices are on the cheaper side. Ironically, this can hurt your perceived quality. Most clients don't want the cheapest. They want the best fit for their goals and their horse, right? Instead of dropping your price, elevate your messaging and proof. Create a branded program or name your training experience, right? And so it gave away to brand like restart to ready in 60-day program. And it's just a concept of how do I brand what I'm already doing in a way that clearly communicates the value that I provide in the timeline that I provide it, so that I'm elevating my messaging and the proof behind it to back up the pricing that I have, and then share client success stories relentlessly, right? This step number 5 for almost every single one of y'all, if you're getting high quality results in your business, is extremely important, because it's one of the go-to thought process horse business owners is like, I don't have enough clients, I got to make my prices cheaper. And it's like, rather than make your prices cheaper, improve the messaging and the proof and the branding to back up what you're already doing. And so this is one of the most important pieces here, right? And then it's step number 6, fill your schedule with a wait list plus email nurture, right? So even when you get full in your business, continue promoting your wait list. And you can do that through sending emails to educate, tell stories, build anticipation, right? You can encourage referrals with a structured incentive, like, hey, $50 credit for whoever refers a friend or refers a client, and those types of things. And so this part's really important, because the cycle that most horse business owners get stuck in, right? And the system knows this, the Horse Business Builders AI agent team knows this, and so it's telling you this because it understands that even if once you build demand, if you stop marketing and you just focus on serving those clients that you got in your program, and you stop marketing, then people will stop reaching out, and the demand will dwindle, and you won't have a wait list. And then once those clients start to leave that you're currently serving, you're going to go, oh my gosh, I need more clients again. And you end up in this, I've got to market, I've got to get more people to commit, I've got to actually deliver the results. And you have to build a very continuous system. So what I did was I said, this sounds great, but I don't even know where to start. And then you guys can see here how this worked. The system went in here, and the AI agent team said, okay, cool, right? You're not alone. This moment where you know you're good at what you do, but you're stuck on how to get people in the door consistently, is exactly where most great horse trainers get stuck. So let's get you moving without overwhelm. Okay. So here's the starting point. The first 1 to 2 weeks, right? Ask campaign. Post that today or tomorrow. This is the fastest way to get traction and fuel all of your marketing, right? And then it gives you like a little example post. Hey friends, I've got a question for you. If you can wave a magic wand and fix one thing, then with this, if you could fix one thing with your horse right now, what would it be? Drop your answer below or message me. I love, and I wouldn't put I'd love to help however I can. I'd leave that part off. But just drop your message below. You just want people to answer, right? And get people to start answering this question. This will drive engagement. It's going to give you their exact answers. You're going to be able to see what's important to them, what problems they're facing. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, in your horse business, you're in the game of solving people's problems. Then it says step number 2, post one story-based post tomorrow. Tell a short story about a horse you've trained and the change you saw, right? End it with a light call to action. When this horse came in, it gave an example template of just something simple about a horse that wouldn't load in the trailer without fighting. And then how after 30 days of training, she was self-loaded, she was calm. The owner finally, was able to get riding out again, wasn't stuck at home basically. And progress like this is why I do what I do. I've got a spot open if your horse needs to start, right? And so this isn't a bad idea to go ahead and have a little light call to action in here, because you need clients now, right? So don't be afraid to put it out there. You're just letting people know that you can help them. And then step number 3, create your lead magnet. Do this by the end of the week, right? And start to build your lead magnet out. It has the examples there. And then it goes into what to do right now. And it asks, do you want to use the magic wand ask campaign post I gave you? And you could come in here and say, I like that post, but I want to change the way that it sounds. Or yes, I'm going to use that. And it says, which lead magnet idea sounds best to you? And once you answer these questions, the team will continue working with you. It's your team. And so the team will help you continue building things out from there. It'll actually help you build out your entire lead magnet. And so where you don't have to build it out yourself, you can be like, hey, I like this lead magnet idea. Can you build this out for me? And it will do that. But I'm going to run you over here to this other chat. This is what all I did here is I took the exact same question and then I told it to ask me any questions that it need answers to to be able to provide me the best answers possible to best help me. And this, if, for anyone that uses the Horse Business Builders AI agent team, we have a whole course that goes along with it on how to get the most out of it. So you guys can see in this first example here, when I took you through this, I just posted the question exactly as you guys sent it to me off social media. The second one here, I told it, I used the best practices. I gave it the question, told it that this question was sent to us on social media, and I want it to answer it just like it was helping this person with this question, but to also make sure it asks any clarifying questions that needs to be answered to provide the best answers possible. And so when it did this, it first clarifies the situation, right? But it does this in question form. And it's asked about the client base. Are most of your current clients local? How do you get them? Are they word of mouth? Are they friends or family or friends of friends? Or are they finding online, right? And these questions allow the AI agent team to make sure that everything is super customized to your business and that it's the best path forward. Specialization, right? Do you train primarily colts, problem horses, performance horses, general riding horses, right? And it says this affects how we position you in the market. This affects how you're going to communicate to attract the right people in. Capacity and facilities. Do you currently have the space, the help, and the systems in place to handle 6 to 8 horses at once, right? And this is how in depth this system goes, because a lot of us have big goals and big dreams. We're like, I want to have this many horses, I want to have this many clients. It's like, but do you actually have the ability to keep up with that? Because maybe we need to build a plan on how to scale up the business sustainably and get to that point if we don't currently have that. So the person that asked this question can answer that. Pricing strategy. You mentioned you are more on the cheaper side. Have you calculated what you need per horse per month to sustainably run at full capacity, including the feed, the facilities, your time, future growth? Have you done that, right? And then I would recommend when you answer this question, you give it the numbers, right? Content marketing. When you say you post regularly, what kind of posts are you making? Progress updates, tips, horse training philosophy, day in the life, promotional offers. So what kind of stuff is going on there? Okay. So then we can answer these questions. The step number 2 is diagnose the core issue, right? You're good at what you're doing, a good job with the horses, and the clients are happy. So the check, the proof of results are in. You're posting, but there's not much traction. So that means the content isn't converting. You're priced lower than average, may be attracting the wrong clients, bargain shoppers versus actually committed owners. And you only have 1 to 2 horses at a time, but you want 6 to 8. The gap is consistent lead flow and conversion, not your ability, right? So you guys can see, like, breaking this stuff down to be as clear as possible is essential to making the critical decisions and creating the action plan to actually move things forward. So then it gets into step number 3, which is the recommended plan moving forward. Stand out with clear positioning. Right now you're blending in a saturated market. We need to differentiate you. So use the strategy to stand out framework to clarify what makes your training unique. Your philosophy, your focus, your client communication, or specific discipline, right? So all those things come in. This becomes and as it says, this becomes the reason to choose you that sets you apart from other trainers in your area, right? Number 2, build demand with content that attracts, not just documents, okay? And instead of only posting horse updates, shift to educational plus storytelling content. Here's why, and then there's some examples. Here's why your horse might struggle loading in the trailer, and then show your process. 3 mistakes people make in their first 30 days of training, right? Success stories, before and afters with testimonials and those types of things. Again, it reiterates the voice memo style posting, okay? Talk as if you're explaining to a client, then transcribe it, and it keeps the posts authentic and magnetic, right? And so the one thing in this, it says not just documents, and the other one said, like, document, don't create. And so one of the key distinctions here, and like as you provide more information to it, it's going to be able to be more and more and more specific. But in this is, because I checked out this person's social media content, is that they work documenting a bit of, like, there'll be a video of them working with a horse, and it would just be like an up close video, like desensitizing the horse. Okay. Well, instead of just showing what you're doing, show the transformation. And that's really what this is getting at, right? Is not just being like, this is what I'm doing. Show how it makes a difference. Show that horse before the horse makes that mental emotional change, right? So you might show, hey, I'm using this flag, and then have the video go 10 minutes later and show the horse way more relaxed in those types of things, so that people can see the results that you're driving, right? If you just document, a lot of times you don't see the results, and you just see in the moment. And then people go, well, I don't know if it really works. I don't know. Like, I see what they're doing with the horse, but I'm not seeing the results that they want. And so the content that attracts these types of people is showcasing your knowledge through the education, right? The storytelling also showcases your perspective. Why and how do you do what you do? But then also showcasing the results that they want to see in their own horses, right? And farriers can do this by before and after photos with horses' feet, and storytelling about massive lameness issues or hoof health issues, and how, yeah, it might have taken a couple of months, but you get the transformation, you get the end result that you can help people drive. So you get into number 3 here. Use an ask campaign to create what people want. Okay. Run a simple ask campaign. What's the number one challenge you face with your horse right now? Right. Very similar to the other question that was asked on the other chat, just way more boiled down. Collect the answers, right? Be a horse business manager. Use the language in your post or offers. This makes your content instantly more relatable and positions you as the solution. Then you get into number 4, capture and nurture your leads in the email list, right? This part's really important. And this even goes a step further. I'd say, and this is, how social media is that you're on social media, you're only reaching 5% of your followers that see each post. So if you have 1,000 followers and you make a post, only about 50 people are going to see that. But on your email list, right, your delivery rate's should be 98% delivery, and then your open rate could be 25 to 45%. So you've got 1,000 people on your email list. You're going to get 250 to 450 people that actually open it and consume it, which is it's between 5 and 10 times more than what you're getting on social media, which is where, if you're going to take the time to create the content, you might as well share it with your email list, because 5 to 10 times more people are going to see your content that you're already putting all the time, effort, and energy into. Just share it with your email list, right? But you use a lead magnet to build your email list, to get people to sign up for your email list. And we don't just like, sign up for my newsletter, right? You don't do that. No, like, give them something. Free 5-step checklist, right? A video of 3 things I wish every horse knew before their first ride, right? The free 5-step checklist of preparing your horse for horse training. Like, those are 2 great examples that any of you guys could use. Exchange it for the email addresses, right? You can continue nurturing them. Okay. Drive consistent referrals and partnerships, right? Your past, as it says here, your past clients are your best marketing. Create a referral incentive, right? You can say, hey, if you send a client, you give them a little gift card to go get some dinner, or you could give them a free lesson or a discount on future training. Like, hey, if you want to send your horse back into training, I'll knock $100 off 1 month of your training, right? And so those types of things, building those strategic partnerships with local veterinarians, farriers, feed stores, tax shops, anyone who interacts with your ideal clients, if they recommend you, you will have a steady flow of clients. This part is massive, right? It's extremely practical and extremely tactical for you to be able to do. Pricing and perception. Here's what it says. Being cheaper often attracts short-term clients who pull horses out early or aren't serious, right? And consider repositioning as a premium but fair option. Even a moderate price increase signals higher professionalism and helps attract committed owners who want results. I can tell you personally, in my own horse business, when I was focused on providing the best results possible, but I was underpriced, I had less clients, because the people that wanted the results wanted it, but then the price didn't match the value. And that's exactly what the team is saying here, is that keep your prices either where they're at or raise them slightly to match the amount of value that you're providing, and focus on the messaging, because the value that you say you provide has to be in alignment with the pricing. But so many people think, oh, if I don't have enough clients, I got to lower my prices. But then you lower your prices and you start attracting cheaper people that don't value those higher quality results. They want them, but they're not willing to pay for them, right? And that means that other people that really value those results, they also understand in order to get them, they have to pay for them. Okay. It's just human psychology. And so that's exactly what's going through here. And then it goes to a 90-day game plan, right? Very tactical game plan here, on what to do to be able to attract more clients in the next 90 days. Define your specialty and your positioning. This is the marketing, the branding, the messaging. Run an ask campaign. Gather your audience struggles, the things they need help with. Put together your lead magnet, right? Consider, start consistent value-based content 2 to 3 times per week. Use testimonials and horse progress stories as proof. Begin building referral partnerships locally, right? Number 6, veterinarians and farriers are great, especially for horse trainers, but all the way around, even trainers can refer their clients to farriers and vets and body workers and boarding facilities and all those things, right? Week 6 to 12, launch your lead magnet. You could do that way sooner, right? This is kind of really relaxed. I would launch that lead magnet way sooner, because the Horse Business Builder's AI agent team can build your lead magnet for you. Spots, right? Spots, right? You're only serving so many clients. Everybody, you're going to be for nobody. When you're running your business this way, when you don't, you only need, right? And so a few people, okay? But you executed this consistently the next 3 to 6 months, because attracting, capturing, and converting the right client. I'd pause and ask you, biggest lever for you right now, online or content plus online pipeline first. And that part is awesome at the end of this, because it's basically saying, if I'm on the call with you right now, these are the things that I want you to answer for me right now, so that I can help you craft the best plan moving forward, right? Because it recognizes that trying to do all of this could be a lot. But then if I can tell the AI agent team that, you know what, I feel like I can reach out to my past clients and my farrier and my veterinarian, I think that would be really good. And then I want to do the rest on social media. And so I could show you guys, like, I feel confident I could reach out to past clients for testimonials and referrals, as well as my vet and farrier, and then focus rest of my effort on better social media content. Okay, so I can send that to the team there, and then this can come back and start to break this down even further, right? Going into a referral and testimonial plan. How am I going to approach my vet and my farrier, and the social media content upgrade as well? And so this is just outlining the big picture of what needs to be done. And then it says, if you do this, for the next 90 days, here's what I would expect. Would you like me to map this out into a 90-day visual roadmap with milestones that you could print out and keep in the barn of the office? So this is going to create a 90-day plan on exactly what needs to happen. And you can see how fast this happens. And so you can go through this and start reviewing everything that it's putting together in here. And this did this week by week, right? And I could say, can you make this a day by day plan for me to execute on. And if you have any questions about my program you need answers to first before making the strategy plan. I'll put 90-day strategy plan just to be specific. 90-day strategy plan. Ask me those questions first. Okay, this will probably send back questions first, right? And before creating the plan. So I went back in here because it created a week by week plan. And I was like, well, you know what? If I want to make this as easy as possible on myself, why can't how about it make me a 90-day, day by day plan? And to make sure it's super customized, then it went ahead and asked me these 9 questions that we could go through and answer, right? And so this from here, we could answer these questions and then it would create a 90-day roadmap. Okay. And I could say, I'll answer these later. Can you send me the 90-day plan first, please? Right, and it's gonna reiterate the 90-day plan here. Actually, it's revamping it. Okay, yeah, see how it took the original week to week, it's updating it right now. And instead of going weeks 9 to 12 like it had before, and now it's going day 64, day 65, day 66, day 67, and it's telling you, giving you an exact step-by-step strategy on how to get the end objective of 6 to 8 horses in training or on a wait list, a referral system, social media content generating leads, and partnerships that are driving steady word of mouth traffic. Okay. And so this is all of those things, from the lead magnets, the ask campaign, to generating, to documenting versus creating, to be able to showcase the results that you're providing. All of those things you can be utilizing in your own horse business to be able to generate more demand. And if you want to be able to do that quicker, the quickest way that we do this within our own horse businesses and the horse business owners that we help is we use the AI agent team, our Horse Business Builders AI agent team. And you guys get to see firsthand how quick and how powerful and how accurate that is, and how thoughtful it is to asking the strategic questions to make sure that it's exactly fit to the needs and the constraints and the abilities of your own specific horse business. And we built that AI agent team to where everyone that is using Horse Business Manager gets access to the AI agent team, so that way you have that knowledge base to be able to, you guys can see how much faster that can speed up your decision making in your planning process. And you can even, once that's in place, you can even get that to say, hey, now how do I implement this on Horse Business Manager? And it will tell you exactly how to utilize Horse Business Manager to get your lead magnet set up, to scale your email list, to schedule your social media posts, all those types of things, to where you can build the success of your business so much faster, right? Because success loves speed. And so that AI agent team there is there to support you in that way. And then you also have the Horse Business Manager systems to be able to execute on all of this as well, because it's never been easier to be able to do this, and it's never been faster to be able to do this. And many of us in our horse business let ourselves get bogged down with trying to figure it all out, to overthink it, and to go, well, I was thinking about doing this, but then I forgot about this. And it's like, that's why the AI agent team is there, is because it's trained on more than a decade of developing horse businesses. It has all the real life examples from all different types of horse businesses to help you make these critical decisions in your business, to make the decisions, to overcome the problems, to create the pathway forward, and then to actually help you build it out step by step by step by step. And you can do this in minutes, right? Not days, not weeks, not months, not years. You can do this in minutes and have a very clear, very concise plan that is in direct alignment with what you and your business needs to meet your goals, to overcome the obstacles that you face, and to be able to do this in a profitable and sustainable way. And then you also have access to the systems with a horse business manager to be able to execute on this. And then within that, we have the community, the horse business builders community, that if you ever have questions that you need help with, we're right there to help you do that. And so at the very minimum, I want you to take away, if you need more demand in your horse business, I've just gone through, two different plans that that you can take those elements and those pieces and start utilizing those within your own horse business. But if you're at this point, you're like, dang, that would be super helpful for me in my business, and you want to learn more about Horse Business Manager, or if you want to go ahead and get signed up and get started and get access to the AI agent team, I'm going to put a link down below to Horse Business Manager where you can either schedule a demo with us and our team, and we can take you through exactly how Horse Business Manager works, how you can get the best results with it, and then also show you the AI agent team and how that integrates and all those sorts of things. But we keep it super simple, super easy. This has changed the lives of horse business owners all around the country and all around the world, we can say at this point. And so if you guys ever have any questions about how we can further help you, just go ahead, never hesitate. Go ahead and send us a message and reach out to us. But otherwise, you can click that link down below to schedule a demo or get signed up using Horse Business Manager, and we'll be right there to help you along the way. We'll see you guys next time.